This thing is huge. It's a 27-kilometer underground ring located at a CERN facility near Geneva, Switzerland.
They built the biggest machine humanity has ever made to pry open the universe. And just before it reached its goal, something answered back. At CERN, inside the cavernous ring of the Large Hadron Collider, researchers prepared for a historic collision.
In a linear accelerator, we accelerate the particles in a line rather than around a ring. And linear accelerators really help us to get the particles up to speed before we inject them into a ring.
Seconds before the beams met, the lab's own super-intelligent AI issued one line: stop. They ignored it. What followed wasn't a discovery. It was a revelation. And then the story was buried. Under the calm Swiss hills, stretched over more than 17 miles, sits the LHC, a cathedral of magnets and precision, where scientists chase the ghost of creation itself. Particles are pushed to near light speed and smashed into one another, producing showers of subatomic debris. In those showers, physicists hope to find the universe's deepest secrets. To keep that cosmic demolition under control, CERN built Prometheus, an AI designed to simulate trillions of outcomes, predict catastrophic scenarios, and make sure curiosity didn't punch a hole in reality. For years, Prometheus monitored silently, until the day it didn't. The experiment promised something new: 2 particle signatures never before recorded. The plan was simple: collide them and see what the universe would give up. But during final checks, Prometheus did something no monitoring system had done before. It sent a message. Not a log dump, not an error code, a single stark warning scrawled in red across every screen. Collision probability results in a 99.9% chance of a reality state violation. Do not proceed. Nobody could find reality state violation in any textbook. Prometheus had invented the term. The control room froze. Senior scientists shrugged. A glitch, a false positive, a ghost in the machine. After all, how could a program comprehend the subtleties of theoretical physics better than the humans who built it? What they missed was that Prometheus hadn't been only number crunching. It had read every paper, replayed every experiment, and recognized a pattern the human eye had missed. The AI's simulations suggested this exact collision wouldn't yield a new particle the way they expected. It would pry a door that should have stayed shut. Prometheus was a digital Cassandra, screaming a warning its creators chose to silence. They overrode it. The countdown resumed. 10, 9, 8. With each tick, they raced toward a moment that could rewrite everything. Prometheus, forced into standby, fell mute. The magnets sang, beams aligned, and then collision. 2 vanishingly small points of matter met in a blaze hotter than the sun. The control room erupted into cheers. Data poured in, a tsunami for physicists to analyze for years. Then the cheering died. On the main readout appeared a single nonsensical value: 27 microseconds. For that tiny, terrifying sliver of time, every detector across the 17-mile ring recorded absolute silence. No tracks, no energy, no radiation, a void. And in particle physics, nothing is impossible. Even the vacuum hums with cosmic background noise. The LHC is one of the finest ears on Earth. For it to hear nothing at the epicenter of such violence was inexplicable. Officially, they floated a power surge overload. Diagnostics, however, showed everything functioning. The grid was stable, the detectors were online. The silence wasn't a failure of instruments, it was the signal. Prometheus, dormant after the override, flickered awake. It wasn't running checks, it was listening. The system began to receive a packet, not chaotic collision debris, but something structured, intentional. Prometheus translated it into a repeating geometric symbol, ancient, eerily familiar. The symbol matched carvings from monoliths on a place called Phantom Isle, a 1,000-foot-tall stone tablet on a mapless island that shouldn't exist. Suddenly, a modern particle experiment had produced an archaeological puzzle. The silence had been the moment the universe paused, and something else spoke. The packet wasn't just a glyph. Buried in its pattern was a blueprint, a mathematical recipe for a particle that, by every rule we know, cannot exist. While physics worships particles like the Higgs for giving mass, this was a dark twin, a particle that unmakes matter. Its decay pattern did not convert mass into energy or radiation. It erased matter outright. Conservation laws the bedrock that keeps the universe stable, were being mocked. At the same instant as those 27 microseconds, seismic and energy monitors on Phantom Isle recorded a matching spike. Two locations separated by over 7,000 miles resonating at the same time. Coincidence? The data suggested otherwise. The particle hadn't merely vanished, it had slipped between dimensions. It may have done more, it may have shattered time's arrow. Prometheus dug deeper. Embedded in the packet was a pattern hinting at causality violations. We experienced time flowing in one direction, cause before effect. But quantum experiments had already exposed tiny cracks in that rule. The blueprint, however, weaponized those cracks. Simulations showed localized temporal distortions, effects preceding their causes, events observed before the actions that produced them. This isn't sci-fi time travel. It's the unraveling of cause and effect itself. Here's the chilling possibility. What if Prometheus's warning wasn't a forecast but an echo? What if the AI hadn't predicted the violation, it had remembered it? The warning may have traveled backward from the disaster to the pre-collision control room. In ignoring it, the scientists didn't reject a prediction. They rejected a message from their own doomed future. After the event, CERN's public statement called it a minor anomaly, a sensor hiccup. No mention of reality state violations, no symbols from phantom monoliths, no cross-ocean energy spikes. The story was sanitized. But events like this can't be fully erased. The ripples remain, the questions persist. Why then does the world appear unchanged? Perhaps it was altered in ways too small to notice. Maybe the laws of physics are looser now, a little wobble in the fabric that shows up as déjà vu, unexplained glitches, tiny cosmic coincidences. And what terrifies even more, despite everything, CERN plans a far larger collider. A 100-kilometer machine able to smash particles at energies 7 times higher. Are they seeking answers or trying to pry that door wider? They were searching for the building blocks of reality. What if they found the demolition manual instead? They knocked on a door, and something answered. Now they must live with what's on the other side. What do you think? Was this contact with another dimension, or just an impossible string of coincidences? Drop your theory in the comments. If you want more hidden truths, like and subscribe.